Hello and welcome back to, starting Ryan's Bad at Valheim. This is a bit of an introduction for some friends that have wanted to know what it's like. And it's morning in the meadows. When you first join into a Valheim game, you are naked and afraid. You have very little in front of you, but there's a helpful crow that teaches you slowly how to do what you need to do. I've advanced a bit and have managed to build myself a shelter with a bed, 2 beds, cooking station, little crafting station. I don't have anything to I do have one thing to repair. When things get damaged with use, they will eventually become unusable. But they don't disappear, which is handy. Let's see, where should we go? Might as well go and explore this area over here. Do that, maybe get some more materials, and come back and build something quick. Oh, I'm going to eat some food first. I don't have the food to eat. Go back to my chests. Some mushroom. You can have up to 3 things eaten at a time. Each of them lasts a certain amount of time. And they contribute to your maximum stamina and maximum health. As you do things, you gain skills in them. And you eventually get better at them. You lose skill when you die. So to get better at running, you run. Oh, check my map. I want to go north. The little bar underneath my person is the stamina. As you do things that don't involve stamina, you regain. Oh, 4. Ores are a good source for meat and leather scraps, which you use to build things. There is an encumbrance system. When you get too heavy, you no longer regain stamina, and eventually, when you're out of stamina, you can't move until you drop something. There's several different weapon types and things to build. Right now I'm using a shield and an axe, flint axe. Also use a knife, a bow, a spear, and I'm sure there will be other items as I progress. But I've crafted all of these from the resources available. So here's a branch, pick it up, becomes wood. That'll be your first starting resources before you can craft an axe and start chopping down trees. Oh, grayling. Gonna try to run away. I'm gonna smack him again. They're a good source of resin. Ooh, mushroom. Very yummy. Nice, I've explored that spot on my map I was neglecting. And then a spot over here. Let's talk about the map a little bit. This marker here is where you first spawn into the world. Most of these other ones I've added myself, with the exception of this guy here. This is a summoning location for the first boss, and that gets added to your map when you talk to a specific stone. Speaking of stone. Other things of use around are flint, used for making axes, the trees. I hear a deer in my headset. Deer are scaredy things that will run away from you, so you kind of need to crouch. You can crouch by tapping control. And this increases your stealth skill. Oh, I see the deer off in the distance there. There's a boar here that's probably going to screw things up for me. There are some naturally generated structures around. Switch to my bow. As you sneak, you use stamina. But if you stop, it regenerates. Boom. There we go. Deer hide, deer meat. Good resources. Might as well get this boar over here too. There's a bit of an arc with the bow. So it's good to aim a little bit above. So again, this structure here is one that was generated on the map. I could definitely destruct this stuff and take the resources, but I'm just going to leave it there for aesthetic purposes. And we'll kind of mosey on towards the world spawn point. Oh, there's some raspberries here. Good food item. Check down here for some bones. This one here, these resources respawn over time. So that's why I marked it on the map, so I can come back and check it periodically. There's a deer up there too. Right now the deer are a very nice resource for me. Their hide helps with various armor, and there are trophies, which is like a headpiece that can be used for various things. Well, that was handy. 3. So again, my inventory is filling up, both with slots and by weight. So after I do check this out, I will head back to the base. When you first start here, this is where you come into the world. Yggdrasil, the world tree. And these stones represent the various bosses in the game to collect their trophies. This here is the stone that tells where Ecthiar, or the first boss is. Once I defeat him, I can put the trophy there and receive a ability. took some time to help out new people to this world by adding some torches to this path that walks us back to the little base I built. Just checking the fuel on these torches. These torches are made with and use a fuel called resin, which conveniently you can get from some trees. There's a chance for it to drop. There's some resin. It showed up in the top left-hand corner. Also, the grayling enemies tend to drop the resin fairly frequently. Bush on my path, I kill you. So I have been using my run skill and it just improved to 15. As I understand, the ratings for the skills go up to 100, but again, every time you die, there's a chance you're going to lose it. Not a lot, but some. Back to base. There's a cooking station that I built over top of my fire. Add some wood. I'm going to use my tool here, hoe, so I can either use it to level ground or just path in, remove some of the dust and dirt. I've also used some things, so their durability goes down. Durability on the torch just wears down over time, but other ones get done with use, and you can just click this to repair them. Here's the things that I can currently craft at the workbench. You can also use the workbench to upgrade things if you have the appropriate materials. The ones that are flashing tell me I don't have those materials. This one here, most of these require a workbench of quality 3 to go up. So the workbench starts with quality 1. You can add other nearby crafting tools that contribute to its quality. Bring up my hammer, right click, and see, do I have enough to build a tanning rack? I do not. So let's check some of my treasure chests I've made here. Will that bring me enough? I also need some flint. Oh, good news is I have lots of flint. Oh, some weather has rolled in. There's obviously, as you can tell, weather effects. Needs more space. There are some effects of requirements for how to build things. There we go. This should be now workstation level 13. So upgrades. I can upgrade my flint axe. Becomes stronger. Upgrade my flint knife. Becomes better. Repair. There's other things I need different requirements for. The weather has gone bad. I also noticed I got some status effect. Wet. Not good. And my torch is... the fire has gone out. I also have another fire over here. I don't know if it's going to be burnt out too. Oh, it is. Let's see. Can I build this enough? I don't have enough wood. So I'm going to build a shelter wall. To help protect my wood, my fire. There we go. Middle click destroys things, and that has given me enough to have that fire working. And we'll just go in there and add some more fuel. Fires are good. Proximity to fires helps your wetness go down much, much faster. And there also proximity to it is required for the beds to work properly. I'm going to use this time to sleep. You're comforted. Still a nasty storm out there. Seems to be clearing now. I had previously found a queen bee and built a beehive. I wanted to get that bird. Birds are the only source of feathers, and they are a bit troublesome to find, or at least to get the feathers. A bow is definitely required. Oh, that little creature down there is called a neck. Let me get him with my knife. Some stone. Necktail. I've picked up. If you find you're not picking things up, the V key is the default to toggle on and off automatic pickups. Oh, bird. Can get you. No, I'm gonna shoot a rock. There we go. Feathers. Feathers are useful for building upgraded weapons. This here is a rock pile that I've built. If you have 50 wood of various kinds, other resources, you can build piles of them. It's a convenient way to store them instead of putting them in inventory such as the chests. The map, as you explore, it grows. Here's a marker where I died. I'm just going to right click on that, make that go away. I am currently in the meadows, which is the starting area. Once you are strong enough, I have found over here called the Black Forest. It is harder and takes more to get to. It's not advised to go there until you defeat the first boss. I had seen a tree over here that was partially felled. Felling trees can be dangerous, as when they fall, they can land and crush you. I don't like leaving stumps behind. As again, you use skills, you get better. So if I take a look at my skills, woodcutting, I've used quite a bit. And it keeps getting better. How much do I have now? In order to build structures, you need to have built a workbench nearby. If I bring up my hammer, there's a marker that you can see. Those extend around workbenches. And that shows you what you can build and where. When building structures, it's important that your smoke from your fire can escape and get out. Otherwise, it'll cause you problems when you sleep, just like in real life. And advised to build them on the other side of the wall, or a more elaborate chimney structure. For the workbench to be able to build or to be able to use it as a workbench like this, it needs a certain amount of cover. That's why it has this little shed. Now, wondering if there are any other crafting things I can build there. Those two have been built, and add to that. You can build different types of furniture. It's a raft. Interesting. Coin pile, coin stack. Later on we can find coins at various places. Just thinking about some place interesting to go check. I'm gonna go check out there. I think after I check out that one little gap on the map, I'm going to shut this session down and save the recording. Oh yes, something to note. This is the gear I'm currently using, so when I use my bow, I use these arrows. I'm using this cape, helmet, and it takes time to put things on and off. A little bit of extra realism. Nothing too spectacular at this location. Oh, a boar over there. I might go acquire his hide, or maybe the deer. The animal scraps are quite handy for building your first sets of armor. Decided to get the deer first because the boar, they'll stay and fight. They have a fairly predictable pattern where they will come and charge at you. Retreat and then charge again. So he's going to run away and then come back. This here is a runestone, for which we can read. So far these tend to give just some basic tips on how to start in the game, if you happen to come across one. Branch, dandelion. I don't have a use for dandelions yet. As I understand it, further along in the game, once more resources are available, you unlock the different crafting recipes. With the different crafting recipes, you get chances to build things that include even being able to make mead. I know I said I'd shut down, but I really need those deer. I'm running out of stamina, that's why I can't draw my bow. There we go. With the stamina restored. Get my deer. Even jumping is a skill in this that you can practice. Jumping and swimming. Got away from me, as happens. Ooh, raspberries. It's a very pretty place. Alright. Oh, I'll just do some cooking here quick. On the cooking rack, put some cooked items. They will sit there for a period of time, and they will kind of puff again when they are ready. But if you leave them too long, they will turn into charcoal, which you don't have a use for right now, but I've read is a crafting ingredient later on. So nice complex. Oh, there we go. They have turned into cooked meat, which again you can right click to be happy with. Wooden arrows. I have exhausted my supply, so I'm going to craft some more. And some of those as well. One more. There we go. Alright.